Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a first impression / review video of the new NYX, wait, what is it called? The new NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. So I got mine on Ulta.com. I have the shades Pale and Vanilla. Pale I think is going to be too pale, so that's pretty awesome. They have like quite a range. I didn't check out the darker shades, but this is very, very white. So if you're like really white, they have some options for you. And then I think Vanilla is just a little bit too dark for me at this shade right now. So I'm gonna mix them. All right, so it is $14 on NYX.com. All right, so the description is, from sheer to full coverage, your ideal coverage is just drops away with our new Total Control Drop Foundation. Fine-tune this velvety matte foundation with the included dropper. Simply adjust the number of drops until you create the look you're feeling today. Want more coverage? Add more drops. Buff expertly using the Total Control Drop Foundation brush. Okay, so it is matte finish. They are suggesting that you buff it out with a brush. I hate applying my foundation with a brush, so I'm gonna do it the way that I always do it. I'm gonna use a flat brush to apply it to my face, and then I'm just going to pounce it in with my Real Techniques makeup sponge. So I already did my skin prep, which you guys have seen in my last few videos, but I'll just go over it really quick. So I moisturized my face with the Murad Ultimate Moisturizer. Is that what it's called? Murad Ultimate Moisturizer? I feel like I'm missing a word there. Then I went in with my Best Damn Beauty facial spray, and then my Becca First Light Primer, and then I went into like my T-zone with the Benefit Professional. All right, so I think I'm just gonna mix them half and half. I'm just gonna put a couple drops of each on the back of my hand. Let's see, you're supposed to shake it really well first. So I did 3 drops of Pale, and I'm gonna do 3 drops of Vanilla. It's very like watery. I don't really think that's gonna be enough, but we're gonna try it. So I'm just mixing it up on the back of my hand with my brush. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more of each. Might be too light. No. So this is really lightweight. So the reason that I bought this was because it's already starting to get warmer in LA. Before we know it, it's gonna be like hot as balls outside. So I wanted to get like a nice lightweight foundation. All right, so I'm going to take my Real Techniques makeup sponge, and I'm just going to start pouncing this into the skin. Still too light, but I think once I pounce it all in, it'll be okay. So far, it looks like it has really good coverage, especially for being that lightweight. I was pretty skeptical. That looks pretty good. It was a little bit too pale, just a shade too pale, and it does look like it's a little bit too pink. I mentioned in my Snapchat story that I added a little bit of the color correcting liquid, but like the tiniest amount, so it really didn't do anything, because as soon as I did it, I was like, oh shit, I don't want to manipulate the formula before I try it. I don't know if you can tell, but my neck looks a little bit more olive than my face right now, so I'm just gonna have to blend a little bit of this into it probably later on. I usually just plop it right in and then shake it up. It really looks like my skin. Like from this distance, my mirror is like an arm's length away, and it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too matte. Doesn't look like powdery, you know? All right, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to see how it gets along with that. That's also, I mean, that dries matte, so I think those formulas will probably do well together. So far, this seems like this foundation would be something that I would wanna wear when I want a more natural coverage. All right, so it worked pretty well with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. They're both matte, so I figured that they would work pretty well together, but you never know with formulas. Sometimes they'll hit each other and then break up, but they won't blend well. It seemed to go over my primers pretty well too. It's not breaking up. It looks pretty good. There's a few areas where I have some imperfections showing through, but I don't know, I think because the foundation looks so natural, it just kind of looks like my skin. So it's not really bothering me, but I am going to mix a little bit more foundation and try to cover those areas rather than going in and spot concealing, just to see like how much you can build up the coverage. So I'm just gonna take 1 more drop of each. All right, so I definitely added like a little bit more coverage, but I mean, I would still have to spot conceal. Like I can still see areas where I have blemishes and they're definitely showing through. And I am getting some, I don't know if you can see this or not because my camera does have a skin softening feature, but I am getting creasing in my forehead, like significant creasing. So I don't know how much I love the finish. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so I finished the rest of my makeup. As I was doing it, it seemed like it was really, really matte, like too much. Like it was kind of just, I don't know, clinging to my skin. because it was a matte finish, I assumed that I was going to be able to, like once it's set, I was going to be able to go in with my bronzer and stuff without setting it with a powder, but it was going on really patchy. So I decided to set my face with the Kat Von D Lock It setting powder. And then once I did that, all powders went on really, really nicely. Finishing my makeup was simple, didn't mess up my contour, none of that, like nothing patchy happening or skipping. And actually now that I've finished, it looks really nice. Like it had enough time to kind of set into my skin. I am getting a little bit of settling into fine lines between my eyebrows and on my forehead. I'm gonna have to wear it throughout the rest of the day and just kind of see how that goes. So I'm actually going to go out and run some errands, and then I'm going to check back with you guys like in a few hours just to see how it holds up. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I just got back from running some errands. It's been about 2-ish hours, I think. It's looking pretty good, guys. I'm liking it. I was checking in my phone when I was out, and I was really liking the way the finish, like it looked really nice in the light. So a couple hours in, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. It might be one of those things that just needs to like sit, you know what I mean? Like when I left you guys and I was going to do the rest of my makeup, I was kind of like, I was looking at my skin and I was like, oh, it looks so matte. Like it looks, ugh. And then, I don't know, just kind of like as I kept going, maybe like throughout time, it kind of had a, you know, it had a chance to melt into my skin a little bit. We'll see, I don't know. I'm going to give it a few more hours and I'm gonna check back with you guys. All right, so it's been a few hours since I checked in with you guys last time, and it still looks really good. I'm surprised. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's getting better with time. I have like a little bit of it rubbed off on my chin because I ate a burrito for lunch. Or I'm surprised by how much I like the way it looks right now, because like I said, when I was applying it, I was really worried that it was gonna be way too matte, and it just seemed like it was clinging to, it's difficult to explain, but it just seemed like it was going to be way too matte and I really wasn't going to like it. I want to try using it without setting it with a powder. I'm really interested in trying this when it starts to get hot because it is very lightweight, and you really don't need that much to cover your face. So I think it'll be a good summer foundation, especially because it's matte and this is Los Angeles. If you're interested in trying it, I would definitely recommend it if you are normal to oily, depending on the finish that you prefer for your foundation. I typically like my foundation to look a little bit more dewy, or my skin to look more dewy, but I wanted to try a matte foundation, and like I said, it does looks pretty good on my skin. Like it doesn't look like it's sitting heavy on it. One of the criticisms that I have is the fact that it's not a full fluid ounce, it's 0.43 fluid ounces, and I kind of feel like I used a lot. I used 10 drops. Maybe it's not that much, I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep trying it and see how quickly I go through it. I'm gonna keep trying it with a bunch of different like applicators and primers and stuff like that, and you know, different weather. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. If you wanna hear updates on this foundation, then you can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. If I forget about it, because it's bound to happen, you can tweet me if you like really care and you wanna hear what I have to say. Just tweet me and I'll let you know. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them down below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. What the fuck am I trying to say? And I will keep you guys updated. Like, just might not have been.